If you want the taste and comfort of homemade lasagna but you don't have the time, this soup is for you. Tonight I'm making lasagna soup and it will be ready in 30 minutes. You don't want to miss this one. You can use all ground beef in this recipe like I'm using, or you can split it with ground beef and Italian sausage. This is about 1.5 pounds of ground beef that I'm cooking and chopping until no longer pink. This beef seems to be on the leaner side, but if you need to, drain any excess fat. Adding in 1 small diced onion and half a red bell pepper. You could also add in some mushrooms, anything that you would add in your lasagna. Cooking and stirring for 2 to 3 minutes. Of course we have to have some garlic. This is 4 cloves of minced garlic, and I'm also adding in a pinch of salt and black pepper. Cooking and stirring for a minute. I have 1 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Here you could also use a combo of diced tomatoes or tomato sauce. Use what you have in your pantry. For the seasonings, I have 2 teaspoons of Italian seasonings and 1 teaspoon of basil. Giving that a good stir and turning up my heat to bring this up to a simmer. I'm slowly adding in 5 cups of beef broth, and if need be, I'll add a little more later. It all depends on the consistency that you like, whether you like it thick like we do or more soupy. Bringing this up to a simmer and cooking for 5 minutes. For this recipe, you want to use 10 to 12 ounces of pasta. I had half a box of lasagna that I broke randomly into pieces, some small and some bigger. I also have 1 cup of shells that I needed to use, so in they go. Again, using what I have. Giving that a stir, bringing up to a simmer, and cooking for about 15 minutes or until the pasta is tender. After the pasta is done, I'm turning off my heat. I have a 1/4 cup of grated Romano cheese, or you can use Parmesan cheese. To make this a little creamier, I'm adding in a 1/3 cup of cream, and this is optional. I think the cream mellows everything out and brings everything together. Giving that a good stir and on to the final step. Spooning the lasagna soup into an oven-proof bowl. I'm topping with a tablespoon of ricotta cheese and sprinkling with a nice layer of grated mozzarella cheese. I'm popping these under the broiler for a minute or until the cheese is melted and bubbly. And here you go. The lasagna soup is ready. Garnishing with a little parsley and serving with toasted garlic bread. After you eat this soup, you will be hard-pressed to make the traditional lasagna. So cheesy, comforting, and good. I hope you give this homemade lasagna soup recipe a try and enjoy. If you like this video recipe, please hit the like and subscribe button. Remember to hit the bell next to the subscribe to make sure that you get my future video recipes. You can also find me on Facebook and at my website. Feel free to share this recipe and my channel with your friends and family. And until next time, much love!